This podcast is for entertainment purposes only and does not constitute professional advice. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are the speaker's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of their affiliated organizations.
Welcome everybody back to Ready to Connect, where we're going to continue our talk about different signs that Spirit gives us that they're here, the less common signs. But why don't we get right into the question that is burning in Heather's mind right now? Take it away.
Ryan, do you have a bird book about hummingbirds?
No, I do not.
Because I got like 4 or 5 different hummies coming to the feeders.
Oh, really?
And I need to identify them.
Oh, I can help you with
so
that.
I need a bird.
Yeah.
I need someone that knows a little more about birds than me.
Okay.
Couldn't you just Google? I'm just spitballing. Couldn't you Google that?
It happens so fast that you're like, oh, and then it's gone. And you're like, was that brown?
But do you think if
Yeah.
you had a bird book and you ran into your house to get the bird book, it would still be waiting for you to flap
but I
through the
could
pages?
focus on the color of the bird and then I could look at it.
All right. Okay.
I can help you out later. There's an app that you can download
Of
as
course
well
there is.
that you can, based off of, the visual of the bird, you can put in like the size, the colors.
Merlin, right?
And it's actually a different app that I
I
have.
use Merlin. What do you
But
use?
yes, what's it called? What's it called? I forgot what it's called. It's just an orange app that I have. I know to go to that one.
All right. Well, you're going to have to help me up after.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple apps
Because
for
it's
birds.
so cool. You
So.
sit there and they fly right around your head.
Yeah.
You're not uncomfortable with people.
Yeah, yeah.
One was hovering right here, and I was like, "Hi, pretty baby," and it's just it was okay,
Yeah.
but it was green with a red neck. That's all. I
Oh,
could tell you.
okay.
And a little white band.
Okay.
And then the other one that fights with the green one is brown with white spots. I don't know what
Interesting.
any of this means. Just
We had a full-on fight at the bird feeder last night. I was sitting out reading my book and by the pool, and I heard all this kerfuffle going on. I looked up, and feathers were flying everywhere. I don't know which birds were
Wow.
fighting over the food. I'm just like, plenty there for everybody, guys.
Yeah.
Take your turn.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was some other bird that was huffing around. I don't know.
I've been having a lot of goldfinches that are quite aggressive right now
Must be
over
that,
food.
then.
And yeah, I've just been saying the same thing. I'm like, there's plenty of food for everyone. You can calm down. It's okay.
Well, that's
You can
part of
eat.
The bird whisperer over here. Anyway, so
it's so cool, though.
how's it been
Yeah.
for you? Anything going on?
So, well, that's a loaded question. No, just
Yeah.
in a spiritual sense,
Or just what's
yeah.
been going on in your life?
So, in all honesty, I had something interesting happening the other night in the spiritual world, because our grandfather passed away about a month ago, and I was just thinking about him recently, being like, oh, I haven't seen him, or I've been wondering if he even knows how. I mean, I'm sure he figured it out, but then a couple nights ago, I kept having the same recurring dream where. And I remember you both mentioned this previously, not only on the podcast, but then also in the classes I've taken with you, that you'll see it kind of on the corner.
Perfect.
Yeah. And thank you. And I kept seeing this yellow bright light nonstop in every single dream that I had that night. And I knew it was him. And I was just blown away that I was like, wow, okay, he figured it out. He knew how to come through.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
So that was happening this past week? That
Yes, this past weekend. Yeah, and it was just so incredible. I was like, I have to remember to mention it.
Yeah.
So
I had such a calm weekend. I had a weekend. My husband had gone off to see a baseball game with my brother, and then he was gone on Sunday. So basically I had a weekend by myself. And I read 5 books.
Wow.
Well, okay. I started 6. I finished 3. I'm still reading 3.
Okay.
So I say 5 because if you put them all together, it's about 5 books. But
Okay.
it was a great weekend, and I spent some time really visualizing a journal I want to create for when I go to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
In 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
In 3 weeks. So I had a lot of wonderful just time for myself. And my cats loved it because I let them go outside with me,
Mm-hmm.
and they were actually very lovely. You would like to hear this, Heather. Even Odin, my wanderer stayed real close by. It was really kind of lovely and nice. Maybe they knew I didn't really want to have to chase after them or anything, because I don't like to let my cats just wander freely.
Right.
I worry that they won't come back, or we have a hawk. So I like to keep my eye on them, but they made it very easy for me. It was a really lovely weekend. How about you? How was your weekend?
Oh, it was delightful. Saturday we went to Bashan. I think it's how you pronounce it. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
It's
you told me you were off the grid.
We were off grid. Like there's no cell service out there. It's in East Haddam. I think they pronounce it Bashan Lake.
Mm-hmm.
It's or Bashan. I'm not sure, but we were invited out there, and what a beautiful lake. No light pollution.
Oh, wow.
You know, we had dinner with some friends, and then we went down to the beach and we were doing stargazing because the shooting stars are incredible right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cool because I was laying there taking some pictures in night mode, and everybody had kind of wandered off. So it was just me. And like the fogs was starting to, like the mist was starting to kind of roll onto the water. And you're like, okay, this is like a calendar picture.
That's a
Yeah.
magic moment.
It's like a magic moment.
Wow.
And then a voice told me, you can be whole and you can be complete. And I thought, wow, that's something I remind myself all the time. I'm whole and I'm complete and I'm doing the best I can. You know, like kind of an
Yeah.
affirmation for myself. So have that whisper come off the water was like, yeah,
Wow.
I have to. Everybody needs to remind themselves, like you're whole, you're complete, you're doing the best you can, you're having the best day available.
Mm.
Just keep moving. And I was like, that's cool. It was like whispers coming off the water. So it was so peaceful just to see all the shooting stars and just kind of having a moment to breathe by the water.
I think it's important to get time by yourself, just you.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be hard in today's society and life. Even me as an extrovert, I do enjoy my alone time, and I need that alone time. This weekend was just really, I don't know, it was energizing for me in a way, even though I was very peaceful and restful, you know, around my pool or in my house or with my book or with my art supplies. It was just something I really needed, not having to stop or worry about somebody else's schedule or calendar. I don't know, the alone time, it allows you to hear better or feel better your own true purpose and
I
soul.
think just not
Absolutely.
knowing that I couldn't answer my phone,
Yeah.
couldn't hear my phone,
Right.
couldn't like it was like almost like as soon as you turn the phone off, it was like your whole body just kind of decompressed. And Lisa and I talk about this all the time. It's a real thing. The EMF is consistently stimulating the dermis of our skin because there's towers everywhere and
Right.
Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all that stuff. And like to literally be in a place which wasn't far from Coventry,
Mm-hmm.
no cell service, no tower in sight, and you could actually just feel the compression difference in the body.
Yeah.
So like I've made a goal to myself, at least once a month, I'm going to shut the phone off and I'm going to go someplace where I can't hear the bings. I can't hear the emails or the text messages or voicemails or no social media and just like check out.
You know,
because I felt amazing. Like I got up the next morning, it was like stretching new muscles. It was so uplifting.
it should be more than once a month, don't you think?
Well,
or
I
at
do,
least,
but
at
like,
least
Yeah.
disengagement. I hate to say
Yes.
it because we use it so much for our own business and for marketing, but the
Right.
social media aspect of things, just to kind of step away from that. But yeah, I mean, to really turn off our electronics and not be so dependent on them, I think would be important. Although that being said, I was gonna say you should do it like once a week on a Sunday, but I'm thinking, wait, then on a Sunday I couldn't text you quickly if I wanted to. I'd be sad. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know.
at least
I think
once
it's important.
a month, or maybe
Maybe once a
even
week.
just like during the week when we know there's nothing scheduled, just like turn it off. Just let each other, let someone know like I'm off, I'm off.
Right.
I'm off this phone in case there's an emergency.
From Apiana, no,
Whatever,
I'm turning
but
it off.
like it just made me realize like how important it is to shut off
Right.
the TV, the phone, the everything.
Mm-hmm.
Go outside. It was so wonderful. So appreciative of the reminder from nature, from mother. Listen to a great podcast, Ed Belosi, called The Lady, and it's a channeled message about the lady from Native American perspective. Um, the beautiful woman, as Native Americans would put it, or the lady. And this gentleman um, completely channeled their creation story.
Hmm.
And it was beautiful. It was beautiful to hear that perspective versus, and not that I'm non-religious, but like we often hear about the creation story in a religious aspect,
Right.
right? Whether it's Catholicism or Protestant or whatever. This is from a native perspective, and it was really eye-opening. So yeah, Ed, I believe it's either Chris or Ed Belosi. I have to look
Hmm.
it up. We'll correct it on the podcast after, or maybe one of our interns could look it up. The story of the lady. It's either Ed or Chris Belosi, told by his son.
Interesting.
Highly encourage it because it's a whole different perspective versus Noah's Ark
Yeah.
perspective.
That's good. I'm looking for some other ones to listen to aside from our own, of course, but to listen to.
I was on Instagram the other day and I noticed this woman had put up this little chart of like all the different clairs of like how we talked about, and she listed the Claire empathy as
Separate Claire.
No, as part of the regular Claire's. And I thought,
instead of Claire sentient, they put Claire empathy as
no, it said Claire sentient, and then there was
Right, so
actually Claire empathy.
they put it as its own Claire. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I feel it's still part of Claire sentient.
I do
to me.
too. And there's no wrong answer there, but like everybody has empathy. Well, not everybody. There is a proven condition that some people do not have empathy, but
Mm-mm.
Being an empath, not everybody's an empath, but everybody can show empathy.
yeah.
We talked about that. We
So
should
it was
do-
interesting to see how other psychics are perceiving the different Claires out there.
Well, shall we move on to our topic of the week?
Sure.
All right. So
Yeah.
we were going to discuss the less known or more frequently ways in which yeah, I'm not really explaining that too well, am I? Let's try that one again. So
Take two.
take two. The less common ways in which spirit will try to get your attention, so to
Right.
speak.
Yes.
And so we had already discussed nature, like feathers and birds and different animals and coins and electronic equipment going haywire and stuff like that. But there are some other ways that spirit will try and contact you. And one way that I know that I have felt has been temperature changes. So, and if you watch any of those shows out there for like ghost hunting shows and paranormal shows, stop laughing at me. She's laughing at me because she's got a story she wants to tell.
No.
Anyway, you will
I'm
see
thinking
that
menopause.
you will see that ghost hunters will use thermometers to
Yes.
to track temperature changes, and it's a
Right.
real thing. In order for spiritual energy to manifest itself in some way, to give a message, to either show itself to clairvoyant or to give noise or to give a feeling, they have to gather energy in which to do that. And one way that they can do it is to gather thermal energy. So from the room, they can take thermal energy. So you'll get what's called a cold spot and feel, coldness in a certain area where there wasn't any before. So if you are out
wow.
there and you're a little bit of a paranormal investigator, kind of amateur going around, and you're in a space and you're walking around, if you hit a cold spot, take a moment to stop there, and that's where you can probably make a connection. But as far as your other energy around you, if you start to feel very cold, that could be an indication, particularly if you've been thinking about somebody who has passed on, that they're with you.
Speaking of someone who's passed on, Sir Gregory nobody said hi to him, and he's wondering what's going on. Sorry, that just he's not going to let that go. So hello,
You
Gregory.
said hi.
I did say hi at a while ago.
We didn't say
I-
hi.
Yeah, I agree.
I think, did anyone else say hi to Gregory? I feel like you did, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't say hello.
Oh,
so
we didn't say
hello,
hello,
Gregory.
Oh,
Yeah.
does he want to be part of this episode?
I think
Yeah.
I think he wants to be a part of all the episodes.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest with you. We need to turn the flashlight on.
And, I was going to mention Gregory as well. Oh, so for our listeners and viewers who are just tuning in, Gregory is a spirit who lives in our space.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you see the light flicker? It's your flashlight. Not everything's spiritual. Sometimes it's just.
It wasn't last time, but I think the time before, forgot when it was. Maybe it was last week or a couple weeks ago. I was here, and I think it was after we talked with Gregory. I felt like a chill after everyone had left and everything. I was like standing over there, and all of a sudden I just felt it, and I was like, okay, is that what you were referencing to? So now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible because, yeah.
You have it right.
At first I was like, is that me feeling a chill? But I'm like, no, there's something that we talked about. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was distracted.
Should we
can
move things off of the table so that we pick up the? Nope. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Little back twinge. I'm good. So it's very real. So what might have happened when you get these cold feelings that come over you, cold, goosebumps and stuff like that? A lot of people will say, well, I get afraid because I get these goosebumps, right? It makes me afraid. But what's really happening is that, we all have energy in our body, and one of the kinds of energy we have is thermal energy. It regulates our temperature, so we always have 98.6 degrees temperature, right?
Right.
So even if we're outside in really hot or really cold, our body maintains a certain temperature. Well, in order to make a connection, sometimes the spirit will take some of your thermal energy, which makes you cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I'm like, what does this mean? Is like a spirit randomly like touching my arm or like? Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're not used to it, see, one way that you can help yourself with that is you can carry. What I do is I carry very high vibration stones with me to keep my vibration a little bit higher, so it's easier for them to make those connections, so they don't have to take as much thermal energy, because they will take my thermal energy and I will go cold.
Wow.
I will go freezing cold.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been to readings where I've had to wear jackets and stuff because I've been
Really?
cold early on. Doesn't happen too much anymore because I know how to kind of like counteract that. But yeah.
I remember we were in a reading once, and her thermal energy was being used, and actually, when you're outside and it's freezing cold out, you can see your breath. It happened in a warm room.
Really?
That's how apparent, if you're paying attention to it and you can catch it. Sometimes there is also that visual cue, and I knew immediately that somebody was trying to get Lisa's attention, because she went to say something, and like the breath of air was all,
My teeth were chattering too.
Yeah.
I was shivering.
Wow.
Yeah. And then and she kept going, obviously, because you keep going, you don't stop to make a deal out of it. And she kept going, and then afterwards she was like, whoa.
That's incredible.
I believe in that instance it was a very high vibration. I think it was like an archangel coming through for that particular reading, and that's very high in vibration, that type of energy. So in order to connect, I either have to raise my vibration up as high as I can get it, or they have to come down. And so there's sort of like a meeting in the middle. But one of the ways is to take your thermal energy. So you do get cold. And they'll take it from the room too. So you'll have cold spots in the room.
So that makes sense. Okay.
So if you've ever watched one of those paranormal investigative shows, that's why they do the temperature. They're looking to see if there's a drop in temperature. And so they know they might have something there. Now, that being said, if your house is freezing, please check your furnace first and make sure it's not anything like that. Not everything is spiritual or related to ghosts or anything like that. Sometimes it's a real thing, like you're out of oil.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it does suck. But yeah, so that's one of the ways.
That's when you call your auto delivery and be like,
right,
got a problem.
Right.
Another way that I have noticed that spirit will contact or make contact is through actual people. And you don't have to be a psychic medium like we are in order for spirit to channel through you. And so if you happen to be out there and you're thinking of someone who's passed or whatever, or maybe you're considering a question that you need an answer for, and a random person or maybe someone you haven't heard from a while, or you get this random phone call or text message that has that type of answer to it, your guides or that spirit was working through that person in order to give you a message. And you don't have to be a psychic medium for spirit to work through you. It just happens. I think we gave the example of when you were in a grocery store.
Yes.
And there was an elderly lady who looked a little upset. And her husband decided to give a message to her through you.
Yes.
And you, knowing what was going on, said, okay, I know what's going on, and I can give this message in a way that isn't like a psychic reading.
Right.
Right?
Yep. Build it into a conversation.
Mm.
You don't have to say, I'm talking to your deceased husband. You know, you can just build it into a conversation. Take whatever you can of this era and make it work. In that instance, it was Three Jerks in a Jeep by the Andrews Sisters. And fortunately, I recognized it because of my grandparents, like listening to that style of wartime music, right? But I was able to build in, hey, I have one of these fancy cars, because she was very elderly. So I could preface, like, I have one of these fancy cars that plays the radio for all different stations, right? Not just your normal NPR. And I built it in that way. And I went from watching this woman who was clearly upset and not having the best day available to her to totally uplifting her spirits, because it ended up being her anniversary. And I was able to talk about something that brought her great joy, right? So if you have a message, and a lot of people do this, like they'll be talking and they'll shift gears
Yes.
and the subject change, and you're still following,
Right.
but there's some divine guidance happening with that topic because of the way it shifted gears, I find it fascinating. And sometimes there's just, like, I work hard at controlling it because it'll just, keep going, and I don't shut up, and it's like very uncomfortable. So if I can recognize that I'm channeling, I try to reel it in and put it into like this moment in time, so that way it doesn't sound so uncomfortable for people who have a hard time with this subject.
But you don't have to be a psychic medium for a spirit to work through you. And
That's
you don't
true.
even have to know that it's going on. I mean, if you can think of a time, or maybe our listeners or viewers out there have a time and a moment where they just thought of somebody, said, I think I really need to call and tell them that, things will be okay. I don't know
Right.
why, but I just need to do that.
Right.
Or whatever it might be. Or you see someone random and you say, I don't know why, but I just need to tell that person they look good today, or I like their outfit. And if you just kind of go with that, and it's a random person showing up to kind of give you guidance or a message that, in your life going forward.
Or deja vu. You get deja vu?
Oh, yes, all the time.
Deja
Yeah.
vu is spirit telling you you've been here. You might not have been here recently or in this lifetime, but something about that, spot, whatever it may be, reminds us like something came prior to this, and that deja vu, or the hair on the back of your neck standing up. Someone's kind of watching, or you're feeling something. You don't need to be scared of that. Acknowledge it and be grateful that someone's trying to give you. My favorite thing is like, I'll be thinking of someone and they'll call,
Oh, yes.
or they're thinking of me and then I call,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Hey, I was just thinking about you." I love that feeling, because it was like, yeah, I knew I needed to call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's
Well,
the connection.
it's energy and connection. I mean, some of that is that telepathy we talked about too. You're sending out energy waves, and so if someone is, if I'm going through a rough time, I might think of, let's say, my brother, and all of a sudden I'll get a text of my brother because maybe I was thinking of our mom or something, and he'll just say, "Hey, I just want to see how things are going," and that energy that I'm sending out, and I'm thinking of him, he can pick up on, and if he's, paying attention, he will, go through with that. Deja vu. There's a lot of different ideas about what deja vu actually is. Some people think it's, a parallel lifetime that you're feeling or seeing you're going through. If you believe in like, parallel universe type theory,
Matrix theory.
yeah, that kind of thing. It could also be just a past lifetime sort of like reinventing, or it could be too, this is something I've been thinking about. Could it be at that moment I'm having deja vu? It's not my thoughts and memories deja vu, but somebody else who's been there before. So maybe a spirit has been crossing paths and wants to remember that time, and so you're there, so they remember it through you.
Wow. That's an interesting
I
thought.
think it's important to say though, like in the psychic medium world, everybody thinks we just talk to dead people, and that's not true. As a Reiki practitioner and as a psychic medium, your soul is always speaking. Your soul will always talk to you, and it'll always express out into an energetic field of, um, expression. And I think people forget, like, as a psychic, I can hear that soul speak when something's not right. I might not know exactly what's right, but something's not right. Or the deja vu feeling of like, maybe I haven't been here, but there's a soul speak happening. So
Right.
I think that's important to remember. Like, it's not just because you've crossed over. In fact, that's something we say in our readings all the time. If we talk about someone that's still alive, please don't panic.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Please don't panic. Please don't go running out of the room calling that person. Oh my God, the psychic! He talked about you. You're gonna die. It's not that. It's the soul is really trying to say, I have this message, but I haven't found the words to tell you yet.
Right. Right.
So I think sometimes deja vu could be some of that too.
That's a good point.
Could be. Yeah. There's a lot of different thoughts about it. I mean, if you're getting it a lot, is it in a certain time of day or a certain area that you get that deja vu? You know, things to kind of just really start to maybe journal when you get it and see some
That's
of
a good
the
idea.
patterns that might be
Yeah.
happening. And, you know, maybe you can make your own conclusions around it. There's just a lot of different thoughts around deja vu and what it really is. It's really fascinating. We could probably do a whole podcast just on deja vu kind of thing.
When I get deja vu, I always see it as confirmation that I'm on the right path.
Oh, there's a nice thought.
So yeah, so then that's why I always get excited. I'm like, okay, great, I got deja vu. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
That's what I tell myself.
For
so.
me, it's like the goosebumps or the hair on the back of my
Yeah.
neck stands up like, okay, I know I'm like right where I need to be.
Right.
Or I'm
right.
doing exactly what needs to be done right now. It's like a zip in the body, like a zip of energy. Yeah. Yeah. And
I
I
don't get
think
either of those two
think
things.
I think people forget to listen to their body cues.
Yes.
We're such an instantaneous society. We're so ingrained with get up, go to work, do this, and then go to bed, right?
Right.
That sometimes we don't listen to what our body's saying, because in the Reiki world, every 2 hours, an organ is communicating with you because it's trying to detox.
Oh wow.
It's the Chinese body clock. So every 2 hours, one of our organs goes into a detox. And as that organ is becoming activated, it's going to communicate with you. And if you just take that minute to take a sip of water, if that's the cue, or exercise or rest or whatever it may be, your body is communicating to you through some clair. But we don't do that because we have to work and we're grueling at 40 hours a week, or we're doing something that just doesn't allow us to pay attention.
Right.
So I think there's a whole world of mystical equations out there in all mathematical ways that we're connected. We're just not paying attention.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah. That's
There's
a good point though.
There's another way or a sign that spirit will connect with you, and that's through actual signs.
Actual signs.
Actual signs.
Okay.
So if you're out and about, or if you're driving and you see a billboard and you're contemplating something, and all of a sudden you see a billboard, it says right on, you're like, okay, I'm going to take that as my sign. Or a truck will pass by you with words on it.
Yes.
Or you see a license plate, that has the words, actual signs. Or you're walking through a living room and the TV's on, and that commercial has the words that you need to hear in order to make a confirmation. Actual real signs can be a way in which spirit will connect with you. We hear this a lot with people. I'm going along and all of a sudden I see a sign that says you're on the right track, and I'm like, and it was really like a sign for like Amtrak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's kind of cool how that will happen. That's happened to me. for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. A long time ago. Remember the t-shirts that said they were like the Volkswagen t-shirts where it was far from whatever, and I had been feeling sick, and this gentleman and I wasn't feeling great, and this gentleman walked by me, and his t-shirt said "Far from puking." And it was like the little stick figure. And I was like, all right, well, at least I know I'm not going to throw up anytime soon. But I didn't feel good. But it was like a
Wow.
sign, like, you're okay. Keep going.
Yeah.
Not
Far from
puking now.
puking.
Right.
But it was a chuckle afterwards. I was like, oh, thanks, Spirit. Like, yeah. Thank God I didn't throw up.
Yeah.
When I think about just even the connection that our businesses have, Serenity Grove and Artist Haven Media. When I looked at your logo that you and Chris had created for Artist Haven Media, and you chose the same exact brand color that Heather and I chose for our logo, and we didn't know each other at the time. To
Right.
me, that's also a way. Spirit says there's a good connection there. It's a
meant to
sign.
be,
There's
yeah.
something there. I don't know. Maybe it's
a good
just
point.
coincidence. I don't know. Some people say it's coincidence.
know.
But I don't know if I believe in
coincidence.
Yeah.
coincidences.
Yeah,
So
I don't believe in coincidences. I believe we're really guided. We're really
Right.
divinely guided, and it's one of those things where you got to stop and take a moment.
Right.
I just don't believe there's coincidences. I know people believe in them, but why did it happen if it's a coincidence?
Right. Right.
So,
Hmm.
very cool. How about you? Any funny stories?
For
Spirit
signs?
kind of
No,
gave you a sign?
I'm trying to think. I mean, well, not really funny, but pure confirmation that I needed to hear was when I was going through a rough patch. Well, you both know the story about my ex fiance. I forgot where I was going, but I got to my destination and I was just thinking about it. But then I saw a sign for a business. I don't know exactly what they do, but it literally says like new beginnings. And I said, okay, that's the confirmation I needed.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but that was very clear, very straightforward. And I've seen a lot of signs over, the years as well. Just there, I love it when that happens too, because it's like I'll be thinking of something and then I'll literally see it and be like, okay, yeah, there you go. That's what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool when
I
it
like
happens.
that. So, any of our listeners out there want to post, some of their experiences? I'd love to see them.
Fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there
what's
you
your
go.
sign?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're
What's
going
your
along
sign?
your day and you oh God, Lord,
Not that way.
if you're going along your day and you happen to have that type of intervention from the spirit world giving you an actual sign,
Yeah.
if you could snap a picture and send it to us, we'd love to see it. That'd
Absolutely.
be really cool.
Yeah. If as you said, if our listeners want to send it to us on our social media, even on our Patreon, they can send it to us there.
Yeah.
So that'd be so cool to see that.
I want to hear other people's signs. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think it's incredible. And then maybe from someone's experience, I might even recognize like, oh yeah, that happened too, So it's fun to connect that way.
Yeah. Another sign, so to speak, that you can get and that you could hear is through music. Now, we talk a lot about this with clairaudience, but spirit will use music as a way to give you their message and sign. And if you happen, I think this happened to me. I can't remember the name of the song, but it was a song that when I was in the grocery store, I heard it. I'm like, okay, maybe that's a sign. And then I had to go to a doctor's appointment or dentist, whatever, and literally that was a song playing in that office.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, okay. And then I get out in my car, and I rarely flip the radio on. I usually listen to something that is in, my my phone for music. But this time I just flipped the radio on, and that same song came. I'm like, okay, 3 times. That's a sign.
Yeah.
Let me pay attention. What are the lyrics? And in those lyrics were the messages that I was hearing.
Wow.
Needed to hear. Yeah. We've all had those kind of things where through music, either it's the title of the song or the lyrics that are leading you in the right direction.
Always at the weirdest time, like
Yes.
pumping out to like some EDM, and then we drop down to like Whitney Houston. You're like, what is that doing in my playlist? I don't even like Whitney Houston. Yeah, I love when they do that. Like they'll push it through, right?
Yes.
Have
absolutely.
you had that happen?
Oh, yes. Yeah, 100%. Or sometimes I even have like, I'll just be driving and I'll just have that urge to turn on the radio. and flip it to a specific channel, and then it'll be the song that I need to hear, or the lyrics, or even if it's just the title of the song that I see. Like there's one, oh, who sings it? I don't know, it's a newer artist. Oh, Sabrina Carpenter. There you go. She had that song Feather. And it was funny because I was thinking about how when within our family we see it as if we see a feather is from a loved one, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen any feathers recently, and then I had that urge to turn on the radio, and that song Feather was on, and the radio says feather, and I was like, okay, there we go.
There
Never
we go.
mind.
Doesn't
I
have
got
to be
the
an
feather.
actual physical feather.
Yeah.
We know you like music, so here's your feather.
Exactly. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. So I always find it so fascinating when things like that happen.
Back in the day, had the old iPod. I don't know if they still make them, but the iPod, and had a playlist that I was listening to. I think so my art space was in the basement, and had it on, and a certain song I wanted to hear, and I'm doing whatever, and all of a sudden it changes mid-song to a different one. I'm like,
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like, so I put it back
Mhm.
to what I want to listen to, and it changed again mid-song to this other song.
Wow.
And it changed again 3 times. Usually to me, maybe I have to be hitting the head 3 times. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, Pop just passed. This must be a message from him. What's the title? What's the lyrics? I'm like, yep. Okay. I guess I need to hear that. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't rule out anything, though. I mean, we could sit here and give you 5 episodes of signs from spirit because it's happening all the time.
That's true.
You just
Exactly.
have to be aware.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
most people, when they come to see us for any kind of mentorship about psychic mediumship, wanting to open up more, it really is about becoming more aware.
Yes.
I also find Reiki, when you're really trying to work in this or trying to open up your sensories, Reiki is a great way to open up those channels as well because it brings some clarity in there. It quiets the body down, it quiets the muscles and everything down. And in that quietness is again where you can find some clarity, right? Like, so
That's a good point.
highly, not just because I'm a Reiki practitioner and whatnot, but like I highly recommend, if you're taking this journey of becoming psychic, stay grounded, stay balanced, let Reiki open up the body system so that all your clairs can come forward. And it's a big help. And it's also healing. So like maybe something comes up and you can take care of that emotion that maybe isn't for your highest good anymore. So it really correlates because there's always signs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear that all the time too from friends that I talk to, that they're like, oh, I wish I got messages from so and so, and I'm like, they're giving you signs all the time. You just have to be aware of it.
What's the sign?
Yeah,
be open to it too.
Yeah,
not everybody's open to it.
No,
don't look at it saying, oh, that's not really a sign. That
that's a good point.
And being a middle brain person, I'm just as analytical as I am, open and creative. I like to debunk things just for the sake of, if I can. But at some point, you have to say, that's happening for a reason. Like the one time my iPod flipped, it could be a glitch that's happening in that piece of electronic. The second time, I don't know. But the third time, all right. There's no way to debunk that there's something going on there, Yeah. And the last thing I want to talk about are dreams. And you've already talked about this with your grandfather.
Yes.
But our dreams, or even if you meditate, if you're someone who does meditation and you go deep into meditation, spirit will give you signs through your meditations or your dreams.
And even if you don't remember your dreams when you wake up, whatever message was passed, it will surface when
Maybe
it's
through deja
needed,
vu.
like deja vu, or the
That's a
arm
good
hair, or
point.
the neck hair, or like you couldn't think of your dream the morning you woke up, but like 2 days later, you're in some scenario and you're like, all of a sudden,
dream about that.
I think I had a dream about this.
Yeah.
And like, so it'll come forward when it's important for it to be forward. So I know people come to us quite often after psychic class, like, I can't remember my dreams and blah, blah.
Wow.
I'm like, I know it's not any fun, and it's hard to train yourself to roll over and write your dreams or record them. And usually it sounds pretty silly if you record them. So yeah, I always find, like, because one of the things I personally do is before I go to sleep, I ask the ancestors to take me to places that are no longer written about, or teach me things that are no longer in the books.
Yeah.
And
that's
sometimes
a cool idea.
I don't
it is a good
remember
idea.
anything when I wake up, but then, like, I don't know, hypothetically, you and I engage into this conversation, and all of a sudden I'm like, blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
where did that come from?
Right.
Happens all the time. Like, how did I know
How
that?
did I know that?
Wow.
Must have
And
been during that classroom that I went to when I was, you know.
Yeah.
So like, if you're looking to become spiritual, ask your ancestors and ascended masters that watch over you in your dream state to take you to a classroom and teach you things that are no longer in books.
Wow.
And you never know when that information is going to kind of bubble up.
Right.
Happens a lot in my healing practice. I do a lot with my healing guides. You know,
So
teach me
you have
things,
to
show
test
me
that
things.
theory now, because
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to see if we can engage in a conversation and see you go afterwards.
I-
Like, wait a
I,
second.
I'd rather have dreams about that than like stress dreams and whatnot. So
Oh, stress dreams suck.
yeah.
When it comes
I'd
to
rather learn
dreaming,
something.
when it comes to dreaming, though, I think messages are most often remembered through vivid dreaming. We get this a lot. I don't ever dream, but all of a sudden I had this very vivid dream about this, and like,
Yes.
okay, well, what was that dream about?
Right.
Why is it so vivid? What's the feeling you get off that dream? What could be the message in that dream? And not every dream is literal in its message giving.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's symbolic. My husband doesn't usually talk about dreams, and a lot of his dreams that he has are maybe work related, let's say. But I told him, I think it was yesterday morning. I woke up. I said, "Oh, that dream. Maybe it was this morning. I don't know." It's like 2 hours away. I can't remember. And I was dreaming about my kids as usual and stuff like that and issues that they're having. And he goes, "Oh, I had a dream." I said, "Oh, tell me about it." And I just figured it'd be one of these stress dreams that he usually has. And it was all about baseball.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I was trying out for baseball. I was doing this. I'm like, interesting, you know? And he had such detail for this dream. And he never gets that much detail in a dream.
Wow.
And he's going on. And I finally said, "Wow, this is really detailed."
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, I guess it is." Those vivid dreams that are so detailed that you can remember like that, you got to really kind of look at them. You know,
Yeah.
what's the message in there for you?
Hmm.
So yeah, I can't wait to hear, our viewers' responses to like what happens in their lives. It'll be
Absolutely.
exciting. Are we doing affirmations?
I was gonna ask, does Gregory want to chime in?
Oh yeah,
So
Gregory.
yeah,
I don't know if I have that set up correctly. I think I do.
I kind of got the feeling that he wanted to chime in at times, but then he
Yeah.
didn't know.
Well, yeah, he was
So
very clear. Like, you didn't say hi to me. I'm
yeah.
sorry, buddy.
Speaking of dreams, I just remembered about this too. Now that we're talking about this, when I was in high school, I was taking a music theory class, and we had a guest teacher, or sorry, a student teacher. That's who he was, leading the class, and it was like a spring day, and it was myself, the student teacher, and a third student, possibly a fourth student. We all came in. And one student, or the student teacher, whoever, one of them said, it was weird because it was a spring day. I'm bringing that up for a reason. He's like, it was weird because I had a dream last night that school was canceled because of a snowstorm. And instantly, the 3-4 of us were all like, "Oh, I had the same dream."
Wow.
We all had the same
Coordinated.
dream. Yeah. And we were just blown away. Like, wait a minute. How is that possible?
Right.
So,
Oh,
hi, Gregory.
Hi,
Hi,
Greg.
Gregory. Thank you for responding.
Yeah. So is that something that multiple people can have the same
Absolutely.
dream?
Absolutely.
Well,
Huh.
they actually did a movie based on some of that. You ever see Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
I have yet to see that movie. I have a long list of movies I need to see.
All right.
I just,
We need to have Ryan over. We'll put it up on the big screen. We're going to watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
Bring the popcorn.
All these people
I'll bring
having
popcorn.
these visions or dreams of this, of Devil's Tower, actually.
Okay.
And they were all making it, whatever, and they all had these same kinds of visions. Well, it does, I think, happen with dreams too. Certain messages that need to be given, You'll hear that from a lot of visionaries and mystics out there. They all have the same kind of stories. Why couldn't it happen at the level of schools canceled because of snow
Right.
by 3 people?
Right.
Why not?
Yeah, I just find that so fascinating. And
Well, he's trying to talk here.
Gregory's
Yeah.
trying to talk. He's hanging with us
Yeah.
Yay.
because that was off when you set it down.
It was.
well, hopefully he's enjoying what we're talking about too. It's probably up his alley because he likes giving messages.
It's getting stronger. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very cool.
Manipulating the electronics right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So what are we talking about next week?
We had a wonderful get together. We'll put the picture up on one of our social medias. I don't know which one. The three of us got together
Probably
for
all
ice
of them.
cream.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yes.
Hot day.
Hot
ice cream.
day. Went to Yukon Dairy Bar and had some ice cream. We started just chit chatting around different kinds of topics. We'd love to hear from.
By the way,
Our
you had
viewers.
never been to Yukon Dairy Bar. Did you like the ice cream?
Yes. Yeah. They
Yeah.
had unique flavors
Yeah.
when I was looking at their menu. So I was quite pleased with the banana chocolate chip.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
What'd you get?
I don't remember.
Mint.
It was good.
You got
was
mint.
it mint?
You got
Oh,
mint.
Gregory, you like mint chocolate chip?
Guess so.
It's my favorite too.
Got the amaretto one.
Did you
That was-
like it?
I did.
Yeah.
It had a lot of almonds, of course.
I
it was
like
amaretto
I like
almonds.
that Yukon Dairy Barn has ice cream, several ice creams without gluten in it. So
Yes.
as a celiacs, having celiacs, it's nice to be able to go someplace and know that I'm not going to get contaminated. And Gregory agrees. He likes their ice cream. He is agreeing over there with it. So yeah, we're always looking for places that are gluten free. So one of the things Yukon does is they have gluten free ice cream.
Yeah.
So it was good. Talk about different topics. So let's pull our affirmations.
Sure.
Let's do that.
You want me to get it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
So for
No
the viewers
worries.
out there, I twinged my back this morning, so it's hard for me to stoop down.
I wonder if
I'd love to say I did it by like lifting weights or my workout, but literally I just swallowed liquid
Yeah.
vitamins and it put my back out.
Well, hopefully it gets better.
Back's
Today.
getting old. Pulling your back out, getting a baggie out of the drawer.
At least you have a story to tell, though.
Yeah, great
that's
story.
good.
Apparently Gregory thinks so too. Here you go, my friend.
Should we pull an affirmation for Gregory, too?
We should actually.
Yeah.
We should.
I feel like he wants to be included.
I'm laughing at mine because I just shared that I pulled my back, and mine says, I'm happy, healthy, and complete. So yes, let me embody that. I am happy, I'm healthy, and complete.
I love
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
I have infinite strength and flexibility to overcome all obstacles. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
That is the truth.
I like
Yeah.
that one.
I have always continued to climb. It is possible for you to do whatever you choose if you first get to know who you are and are willing to work with a power that is greater than ourselves to do it.
Wow.
That's a nice wording
That's,
one, huh?
I know.
Yeah.
This is a great one.
Oh, you like that one?
and
Oh,
Gregory
thank you,
liked that
Gregory.
one.
And who wants to pull one for
Yeah,
Gregory?
who's gonna pull one for Gregory?
You do it, Emma.
Come on.
Oh, he likes Emma.
I'll take yours. We're cool now.
Exactly.
Remember to give thanks for everything, and you will be returned many blessings.
Ah.
That one's for you. You
I-
have all these new friends now.
He does.
Yeah.
He's not alone anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to have like a cardboard cutout of Gregory.
Gregory.
He's just like sitting like
You know,
in the frame.
maybe that's worth some research to see who was in this building or who helped build it. If there was a Gregory, maybe we could find a photo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe we can find a picture of like somebody that, took pictures of the mill or whatever this was earlier.
Yeah.
In early years. We'll try to do that for you, Gregory. There's a lot of things on the plate, but we'll try to
Yes.
do that.
We'll
Not
just
sure when, but
yeah, we'll put it on our list. Don't
Yes,
worry.
It's on the list.
We got you covered.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in to
Yeah.
Ready to Connect, and we will see you and talk to you next time.
Yeah.
Until then, I'm Lisa.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Ryan. Thank you for tuning in to Ready to Connect. If you're interested in exclusive behind the scenes content, be sure to like, share, and follow us on social media by searching for Ready to Connect Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And for those looking to further support our podcast, consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/readytoconnectpodcast. And until next time, get ready to connect.